when robbers fail miserably in South Africa.
And grabber thought he had succeeded here. We see the man grabbing something from a white car. The biker wasn't about to watch this clown get away. The biker was definitely persistent there. The robber tried to get away. The biker continued to follow the man trying to recover the stolen bag. The robber realized his mistake there, for the biker was not about to let him get away with it. He ended up throwing the bag down and took off running. Finally, the bag was recovered and returned to the rightful owner.
Shout out to the biker, because if it were me, I will have minded my own business. Because at the end of the day, you never know the intentions of these robbers. Someone may be having a bad day, or they genuinely want to rob this person, and they say, oh, let me just take out my knife, let me just take out my pew, and just, you're off to heaven or hell depending on your sins. So shout out to people who actually intervene. Y'all are not selfish people.
The red car had an unexpected tail ready to pounce. We see the hijacker's car following right behind the car. The robbers followed the car inside the gated community. They suddenly stopped and got out, sensing their opportunity to pounce. But the driver knew this all too well. The robbers were left playing catch-up, but it was too late. Luckily, the driver's fast reaction worked well there. This driver was followed home by unfamiliar company. The man waited until the car stopped to make their move. The driver was ready for them. The robbers had to duck and run as bullets flew towards them. That man was definitely ready. He even went out to make sure the intruders were gone. Props to the man for being prepared right there.
That was a prepared man. Possibly the wife. Let me tell you, when you do something like this and your wife sees it, she's like, that is my man. Oh, whoa, damn, that is my man. He's a man, he's protecting his family. Your wife will be moist. If you're a man out there and you're depending on your chauffeur, or you're depending on another man to protect you, your wife will be like, nigga, you're the breadwinner, you're the protector of your family, and you're sending out another man to do this. Are you a bitch? Hey. Men are fearless out here. Some men are really fearless out here. Shout out to them.
The scene seemed innocent, but the ladies inside had no idea that they had been followed home by a couple of dangerous people. They routinely park as they do every day, not knowing the danger lurking right around the corner. Another car pulling up behind the white car, blocking its path. Men coming out of the car going towards the recently parked vehicle. The robbers start searching the passengers from the parked vehicle. We then see one of the occupants with their hands up as the culprits take their belongings. They had no chance there, as the robbers had targeted them possibly for a long time. We then see the robbers getting ready to move the car and finish their heist, but they were not prepared for what was about to happen. Suspects drives the hijacked car as the former occupants rush inside the house. At the same moment, we see the other robbers running for their dear life from something. The car suddenly stops as bullets rain on the windows of the vehicle. The robbers try to run for their life with one of the suspects struggling to move. Neighbors saw the situation and decided to teach the hijackers a lesson. The man was not in the frame of the camera, but the robbers definitely felt his presence. Props to the neighbor right there. The robbers struggled before they eventually rushed off the scene. The neighbor must have had some heavy machinery there. The robbers definitely had no chance at all. Props to the good neighbor, for he definitely saved his fellow neighbors right there.
I have not understood where the neighbor came from. I do not understand, but I don't people have surrounding awareness, or am I the one who just doesn't drive enough? Because the moment you're in a car, and don't you look to see if another car is usually following you? Nigga, you're rich. Unless I'm the one, speaking out of my ass, but don't people have environmental awareness? Because, right, even if the robbers were coming, why don't you drive backwards and try to escape? Why? I understand you have people in the back, but why don't you just risk it and just drive backwards and then run away rather than let them approach your car? Am I tripping? Because a car that will park next to you, 4 people coming out at the same time, that is a weird thing. Or am I wrong?
It all starts with a car approaching a traffic light. At the same time, we see a figure appearing from the right side into the dashboard camera frame. The man then pulls out a gun and quickly walks towards the car occupants. The driver's quick thinking saved the occupants, as he immediately reversed the car, leaving the dumbfounded hijackers looking silly. The situation could have gone sideways there. Luckily, no one was hurt. When arriving home, it is always crucial to check if there is no tail behind you, mostly in the south of Africa. This driver got followed by hijackers straight into the yard. The men got out ready to execute their plan, but they were not prepared for what they faced next. They demanded for the man to unlock the car and hand over his hard-earned efforts. But the man was not about to just let that fly. He delayed the process as he planned his way out of the situation. That's when he did something the hijackers weren't ready for. He suddenly reversed straight onto the hijackers' car, rattling the robbers in the process. They were definitely not expecting that at all. They had to hurry back into their cars. They decided to leave the man alone and drove off the scene. But the man was not yet done with them. The driver rammed into their car, rattling the shell-shocked robbers in the process.
Again, situational awareness. Unless I'm the one who's tripping. Don't people look at the surrounding before you before you park? Don't you look around and say, oh, don't people do that? Or I'm just not rich enough to not.
Taxi drivers are known to not take nonsense in the south of Africa. These robbers found that all too well, as they ended up begging for their lives at the end. He definitely saw that coming right from the start. They thought they could scare the man, but they had no idea. One of the robbers tried to scare the taxi driver with a gun, but he wasn't having none of that. These robbers had no idea what to do as they realized their grave mistake. The driver started speeding, with the robber screaming for their dear life, begging for him to slow down. The man was definitely enjoying this one. These screaming boys continued to beg for the driver to slow down. The driver was not about to fold. He continued to drive fast as the 2 boys screamed in the back. He tried to slow down the driver, but that just amplified his problem.
Like, my guy, you're fighting for your life because you wanted to rob this person. He's driving fast and y'all are beating him up. Absolutely idiot. This is the most idiotic robbers ever. Why would you think, like, why? How will that work? If he passes out, y'all are dead. Like, what?
It was now a scream off with the robbers definitely rattled here. He definitely saw heaven right there. The driver continued to speed as he was bound to teach these boys a lesson. At the end, nobody wanted to be in the taxi. We can definitely see one of the robbers totally confused by the driver's actions right there.
I can guess off camera they probably chased him and probably beat him up because, bro, you threatened my life. Even though I was threatening yours, you threatened my life. You're gonna pay for it. But shout out to that Uber driver. That is insane. That is reflexive, dangerous, but reflex, like nice reflex. In the end, he fucked it up by going out and running away. He should have done something about it. Maybe, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I'm probably speaking out of my ass. Anyway, hope you all subscribe.